So I decided to include a video about the glass here. It's pretty simple, not a great deal to comment on, but just that glass obviously is about reflections, and for these I use these reflection probes. I use the box reflection probes, and as these are being box-like, more suited to architectural spaces, so I think much less number of probes are needed than if we were using sphere ones. And the only thing I say to watch out for is these transition areas. So if you just look at these orange lines, that there's a meter, sort of, 100 centimeters transition area between the influence of this box and the next box, if you want. So I experienced some very bright bending in these transition spaces. So it took me a little while to get the placement of these right. So just to say, that's kind of what took me sort of most time in the workflow. And with regards to the actual glass material, there's nothing fancy. I used an instance material to kind of play around with all these Fresnel effects, but this is somewhat outdated by some knowledge that I've apparently got in talking to Wes from the Allegorithmic, that the Fresnel is handled inside of the shader, so we don't really need to apply this Fresnel anymore. So maybe try it out in your own projects, but obviously this is not a course about materials, but we'll have to go a little bit more in depth about that. But anyway, the reflections work quite well here. Whether the Fresnel effect works or not, I'm not sure. So, well, it works a little bit, but I'll let you be the judge. And the main thing in this material was that I used the additive blend mode. I thought that worked quite well to give some brighter areas for the reflections. Apart from that, is just using a Fresnel for the opacity and a Fresnel for the specular. But again, I'm not sure this. I think this could probably be done in a better way, which would be great. Because I was quite happy with this glass, the way it worked already, the kind of the effect it gave. But the glass is very difficult in real time. Okay, so not much there, but hopefully that was useful. And let's talk about the floor.